Hey folks, so it's been quite a while since I uploaded a video. Um, my phone service was interrupted. It was a quite interesting um, week. My SIM card was hacked. All of a sudden, my service was suspended. Paid the bill. Service still didn't turn on. So it's just been one of those weeks where I just you realize how far things are going in terms of, I guess, people who speak out, people who have big mouths. I was watching a video. I think her name is Linda. I think her name's Linda. And she was saying goodbye to YouTube. And it broke my heart because she's like your very genuine, very humble, in my opinion, one of those obedient women that you'll find in church who will never say anything wrong about anybody. And she's following her heart, she's following her prophecies, she's giving her visions. And I can tell that the pressure got to her. I can tell that, you know, all the things that happen to people who speak out, what happens. And what she was saying, she was kind of speaking from a place of concern about what is going to happen. And I never really try to focus too much on what's going to happen to us because I always had the mindset of you have to think about the Bible in general was rewritten by King James. King James was one of the same people who run the world. The powers that think they be, powers that shouldn't be. It's that elite group of people who have all the money and the power in the world. So if it's written and foretold that there'll be all this destruction, doom and gloom, and saints will be slain, and this and that, and will die, and it just, I kind of sort of just don't believe that. Maybe I'm just in disbelief. Maybe I just have like this strange hope. But if I agree and surrender myself to what is going to be, so be it, then that's what I invite to my reality, my eyes. But I've never really seen, I haven't really seen what goes on past November, December this year. That's the part where I'm like, oh, I never really seen what's to come. It seems like that every time that I look into next year, 2020, it just keeps changing. It's like every minute of each day changes the future. And every time that someone else is incorporated, someone is awakened, someone is in tune, it changes. And my neighbor's listening. I always will be interrupted. I think I'm going to go close my door. But all in all, I just wanted to share this message. That just explains a lot. And you guys see why I don't record messages at home every time that you guys see me record at home. Anyways, there was a lot I had to share with everybody, but I guess it's just all irrelevant now because I don't know. There's just nothing that comes to mind right now. I was in fear of something was going to occur because yesterday I just felt weird, like the whole day, morning to sunset. Um, it was catastrophic what I felt. It was like it was going to be an effect that would have dented the history of humanity. That kind of a feeling. And yet here we are. So that's why I feel like things are always shifting or we're jumping timelines. It just seems kind of interesting to me, like how that works. Like, who is altering, editing the future, and how do we keep escaping this huge cataclysm? How does this keep happening? That's the only way I can explain it. Someone is very wise and in tune, and the fate of America has been saved yet again. Why? I don't know. Today does mark the last day of, I think it's in the Jewish calendar, the last day of summer. Or it marks the end of the 70-year. I forget. I forget what it was. I know that the 70-year Jubilee ended already, but I know that today was very significant. I was seeing things, like I was driving to work this morning and I saw two, it looked like floats, like those little floats that have I don't know. It was like statues that were in the floats, and one was a saint, the other one was another shepherd. And I always just think, how come they always leave out Jesus? Like, why? You know? And it also bothers me too that if we use, in terms of our years, we use BC and AD, and then not utilize the name of the most pivotal person who paid the ultimate sacrifice for all people, it's just it baffles me. I was also watching two movies this weekend because my phone service was off, so I couldn't watch Hulu. But I was diving into my old DVDs and I found Clash of the Titans, and I found this movie called Immortals. And it's fascinating, like how each story always has two brothers and a father. And these two brothers clash, they go head to head. What else? Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. That's rare for me to yawn on camera. I always think about Anu and Lil Inky. How it's just always one head and two brothers. And even in Greek mythology, you had Zeus and Hades, who were the sons of Kronos. And I'm like, hold up, Kronos was Saturn. If you guys done your homework in Greek mythology, you know Kronos was the keeper of Saturn and was the father of all of the planets, Mercury, Pluto, who were tricksters. It's all in code too, so it's fascinating how now I'm watching movies and I'm understanding like how to interpret the codes, how to translate what is being said. If it feels like, because I felt I was way off track, I was off path, I have lost course. I've been so diluted with distraction in my life. Finances are hard too right now, so it's like I can't do anything. I can't make any moves. I can't do anything, and then you end up suffering and stifling and beating yourself up mentally. But I'm watching these movies and I'm getting a revelation that I'm still on track. And I'm just like wondering, why does it always happen that way? These storylines are also fascinating because they always talk about humanity lives on. Humanity will always continue. It's just the power of immortality. Like we're immortal. Our souls are immortal. But only, there was a quote. All souls are immortal, but only the ones that are righteously living have a divine soul. That's why I was like, whoa, that quote stuck with me. And righteous doesn't mean like, it's however you interpret it, because we're all co-creators. There's no one explanation for everything. There's a million upon a million upon a million, infinity times infinity possibilities of how things are brought to you, how they're, I think that's just what I'm understanding is I'm inspiring myself right now, because I was feeling a certain way, and I guess I'm breaking it, because I feel like everything's not always the way that it's supposed to be. That there's millions upon different possibilities out of everything. We have to always remember that and believe in that. And that hope and belief can get us out of whatever it is that we're imprisoned in. Like, I think everyone's always thinking we're in a matrix trap, we're in a simulation. And I'm like, well, if you think about in terms of superheroes and they're in a simulation, it's really grounds for training. It's really grounds for strategy. And it's a place where it's not where death wins, but it's a place where you evolve and expand yourself. So I don't look at simulation as a trap. I look at being created was sort of a good trap. Because we're owning ourselves and we're taking control over the thing that, I guess, whatever had created us or whatever had brought us into this reality is just basically out of the control. They don't know how to control it anymore, because now we're all becoming more and more aware. So I'm done rambling. Just wanted to say hello to everybody. I gotta do laundry. But I just want to check in and say that my phone service is back on. Looks like there are no shenanigans right now, but we'll see what happens. And I guess you can say hi to my new third eye. It's just fascinating. That's a mark that's going to be there for a very long time. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye. Oops, almost dropped the camera.